Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. Welcome today to my favourite type of video, the double unboxing. I get to peel and reveal not just one Seiko Willard, but two Seiko Willards for our mutual benefit. Are you getting flashbacks? Do you feel like you've been here before? Some idiot with a fake sweaty t-shirt pushing through foliage in his back garden to the sound of helicopters looking for Charlie? Yes, I have been here before. I was kindly loaned a Seiko Willard, the green one on the rubber strap, by a subscriber a couple of months ago. But this video, the double unboxing, should have preceded that one. Mr. X and I ordered matching Seiko Willards for ourselves ages ago, about 3.5 months ago now. But it's taken that long for them to arrive that a subscriber generously loaned me one in the interim, and how could I resist? At the same time though, how could I resist making a double unboxing video? So I'm going to peel and reveal my own personal braceleted version and Mr. X's green rubber strap version today. Let's get on with it. So this is quite a unique situation. Am I regretting buying this watch before I even take it out of the box? Allow me to explain the timeline, perhaps that will illuminate. These watches came out in April this year. This is the SPB151 and the SPB153, the bracelet and rubber strap respectively. Now, I've always been a big fan of the 6105 Seiko. I've owned a couple of homages over the years, but I thought this one in particular on the bracelet gave me the opportunity to buy the original, or at least a watch from the company that made the original at a relatively affordable price. Now, Mr. X and I had a chat about buying a matching pair, and he's a bit of a thing these days, or at least he thinks he's a bit of a thing, and he said he could get us a cracking discount, and I said, discount, I'm in. Now, I've checked through our pages and pages of WhatsApp chats, and I confirmed that I wanted one on the 6th of August. He confirmed on the 7th that he'd placed the order, and then I waited. And I waited for about a month and nothing happened, and Sean, the previously mentioned subscriber, kindly offered me his green rubber strap version for review, and how could I say no, thinking that this one wasn't going to turn up. So I peeled and revealed his and was slightly disappointed by the unsigned crown, the misaligned bezel, and the 6R35 that was running at minus 16 seconds straight out of the box. And I thought, phew, you've dodged a bullet there, Jody. And then about a week ago, Mr. X phoned me and says, hey Jody, guess what? And I said, what? And he said, the Seiko Willards are arriving tomorrow. And I said, oh, fantastic. So I guess this one could go either way. If I get a good watch, if it's all lining up nicely, and if the movement's running well, then I'll keep it. If it's a duffer, then it will probably have already been sold before this video sees the light of day. Let's start with Mr. X's first of all. Let's start with his rubber strap version. And I'm not going to take forever with this one because I've basically already unboxed this watch. Now I can tell that he has already been in at this one because he has moved that bezel. That's a bit of a Mr. X trait, and he knows it winds up my OCD. So SPB153, SPB153J1 to give this one its precise title, with the caliber 6R35 as mentioned. And just a couple of little stickers for us to peel here. One on the case back, which in Seikos is always blue. There we go. And a little one here on the metal retainer for the rubber strap. There we go. So they're both the same size, 42.5mm in diameter, 14mm thick and 45mm lug to lug. That compact lug to lug is the reason why these cushion cased Seiko designs just wear fabulously. 20mm lug width, and on the super soft Seiko supplied silicone rubber strap, this one weighs in at 111 grams. Now I have adjusted the bezel already, as you can see. It's a little bit heavy. There's plenty of resistance here. Maybe that will loosen up with time, but it looks like one of us, Mr. X at least, has managed to dodge that particular misaligned bullet. This one all lines up nicely. And it does wear so well, hugs the wrist beautifully, and that is a nice and soft, comfortable strap. There has been a lot made of the fact that this one is slightly smaller in terms of the diameter dimension than the original Seikos from the 60s and 70s. It therefore is slightly smaller than all of the hundreds of homages, the Steel Dives, the Bomb Frogs, etc. that have copied that original 6105 case shape. It's barely noticeable. Believe me, you can barely tell that this one is a mil or so smaller than all of those watches. But that's enough of Mr. X's. Let's peel and reveal my own. Alright, and on to mine. Now, I cannot reveal where these watches came from because they would probably kill Mr. X if I did, and we don't want that. But he did get them at a pretty decent discount, I must say. So, all is not lost if there is a turkey inside the box, but I'm praying that there isn't a turkey inside the box. It's kind of sad when you think about it though, isn't it? $1,000 Seiko, and I'm opening the box with genuine fear and trepidation as to whether the quality control have done their job properly and everything lines up as it should. It looks thankfully like it lines up as it should. Let's peel off these stickers, fire up the movement, and then get it sized up for me. And because we did it to his, let's do it to mine. Let's peel off that signature blue caseback sticker as well. Sized and set, and what do I think? Well, I think it looks pretty awesome, but I think it looks pretty much like the Seiko 6105 8110 of the late 1960s, early 1970s, which I guess is exactly the point. They're not trying to do anything radical here, and they're certainly not offering a whole lot for the money. Aluminium bezel insert, unsigned crown as noted, the pin and collar system in the bracelet, and the bracelet does a reasonable, if not particularly convincing job of integrating with a case. I don't think the original Seikos ever had bracelets. I think they had tropic straps or rubber style straps from the beginning, so you can kind of forgive them that. But anyway, at least it does have double dome bevel edge sapphire crystal and the Seiko 6R35, the brand new 6R35 with the 70-hour power reserve in the back. Let's get it on wrist. On wrist, the head of the watch sits identically to its rubber strap sibling. Slightly different feel, obviously, because of the bracelet. Do you know what? It reminds me more of the Mini Turtle than any of the other 6105 homages that I've owned, that I've reviewed on the channel. Maybe that 1mm is making its presence felt or not felt, as the case may be, when it comes to the braceleted version. Talking of the bracelet, the clasp looks great, beveled edge, plenty of micro adjust, Seiko printed in the fold over, we've got a double security pusher, proper mill clasp as well, hurrah Seiko! And we have a diver's extension there. But there's a bit of a party going on. I mean, look at it. Look at that little fold over clasp wobbling up and down. The whole thing kind of moving around. You move one bit and the rest of it seems to move up and down. It's kind of all over the place, to be honest. And it's the same on wrist. It all feels a little bit kind of wriggly, and you can hear that as well. Not particularly confidence inspiring. And I'm not really sure what to make of that. Running okay, reasonable amplitude, but the beat error is high and there's a whole bunch of snow all over the screen. Again, $1,000 watch Seiko, really? So, thanks Mr. X, thanks for arranging such a great deal for me on this Seiko Willard that I won't lose too much money when I flip it. Let's see if this one can make it to the next stage. The first hurdle for the Willard is, will it still be here in my State of the Collection video in a week's time? Cross your fingers, but don't put any money on it. Thanks for watching. I will see you in a future video.